Well, even before that, Scott,
Oh, did you?
when
Okay.
I looked into this stuff, more power to you. Schizophrenia is just one person's interpretation of another person's mind that they can't.
I'm finding jobs on
They have no way of
Craigslist.
doing.
Gangstalking jobs, right?
Yep.
And one's
So,
hiring for
so that
$40 an
tells
hour.
you right there, dude. Gang stalking does exist. If they're hiring people to do it, am I imagining it?
Holy
Let me
moly.
let me give you just one little story here. In my experience, I was going through a bunch of shit for about 6 months. Didn't know what the hell was going on. Didn't tell a soul. Didn't tell a single soul. I did
Then
my
you
own
met me,
research
didn't you?
first. Well, even before that, Scott,
Oh, did you?
when
Okay.
I looked into this stuff, just some of the tactics that my neighborhood was using, my neighbors and people around me in my community were using.
Yeah,
I
the
looked up some of those
shadow stalking.
tactics, and I came across a
Shadow
couple
points?
forums online. And when I come across the forums online, and I kept reading and reading, and I kept reading, and I didn't just go off the first forum. You know, I kept reading, kept reading. Came across the term targeted individual. Came across the term gang stalking. I didn't know what it was, and then when I see all these people, they're literally describing the exact same things that I'm experiencing, that are not not something. It's very specific shit. Okay, then I realized right away, okay, that's what this is. So this is actually a thing. I'm not, this isn't in my head. There's no way we're all the same kind of crazy, right?
Right,
I mean,
right.
whenever you're in your apartment and your neighbor goes to the bathroom at the exact same time you do, every time you get up to go to the bathroom, whether they did or whether that was directed auditory delusions, I don't know. But either way, every time I got up to go to the bathroom, I heard my neighbor get up to go to the bathroom and then fuck with something in the ceiling because I was above her.
That's the mirroring.
So and that happened when that goes on, not for a day or 2 days or a week or 2 weeks. I'm saying months. This goes on for months.
You go out
And
to
you're
look at
trying to
your
figure out
car,
what
your
the
neighbor
fuck's going
goes
on.
outside to look at their car. That
Yes,
shit.
exactly. And they're all acting weird. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm very strong-minded, and I consider myself intelligent. And I didn't. I'm good at playing dumb, I guess. I don't know. I play it off. So just trying to figure out what the fuck's going on, and nothing made any sense. And then I come across this, and everything made perfect sense. Then you realize, okay, that there's definitely something to this. This is not. This is not something that. It's not a what do they call that?
It's not a party
Mass.
trick, okay?
It's not a mass delusion, or what do they call that?
It's
Mass
not a prank.
psychosis. It's not mass psychosis. If you believe that, then I feel bad for you. That's all I can say. It's not your fault that you're small-minded. You just don't care to look into it enough. But if you settle for that, oh, these people are crazy, then I feel bad for you. So awareness, like I said, if everybody was aware of this, they wouldn't be able to do it to everybody anymore. Plain and simple. So they can only do it to people effectively if they don't really know what's going on.
Well, see that's my
If they don't
point.
know all the
My point
tactics.
with why they first tried to label it as schizophrenia,
Yep.
so that
Well, it's like I have to call McDonald's. They're not giving me
cause
my
the
food.
public to just write it off as, oh, this person's schizo.
Yeah, and if they can get you on paper, if they can get you labeled with some kind of mental disorder right off the bat, then
Right, exactly.
Game over. You're done.
If they
It
can
doesn't
get you
matter. Your credibility's
incarcerated or institutionalized, or
Yep.
like Zach's father, like he says his father did, got him sent to the psych ward, then you're no longer credible.
Yeah, because they can use that
True.
every time against you.
Yeah,
And it's on paper now.
they'll blast you with that no matter what.
And the government can use it, and everybody, anybody that matters can use that against you the rest of your life. You're done. So it's super important that people are aware of this. If they have any hope to try to combat it, or not to succumb to to the tactics. or to, you know, it's a sick program.
As I said, if like I said, don't take my word for this shit. Research it yourself.
Yeah, please don't take my word for it either. Research it yourself. Look into it, and the more you look into it, the more you'll see.
I mean,
you're gonna see
these two have
makes
already
crazy.
found Zach and Tarkov here have already done a Google search and found gang stalking jobs. Well, if gang stalking is not a thing, why the fuck are they hiring for it?
Yeah.
How come they're paying people to do this shit if it doesn't exist?
Even the term gang stalking is a term I believe was come up by them to label it as something. If they have to label it as anything, I think they chose the name.
If it doesn't exist, how come they're paying people for it?
Right.
They just like throwing their money away or what? I'm not bullshitting here. I don't want to be targeted. I didn't like this shit happening to me. I don't like having to sit here and try and convince people that it's happening. I have plenty of other things I would love to do, like sit here and draw pictures or play my guitar or sit here with my wife and not worry about this shit. But
or continue your pursuit of happiness.
But if this shit is ever gonna stop, you have to become Batman. And you have to fight these motherfuckers by yourself because no one is coming to your rescue. Superman isn't going to come flying out of the sky and save you. The cops aren't going to help you. They haven't helped anybody, to my knowledge, that reports it. If anything, they try to enforce it. Yeah. If anything, they try to enforce it.
My friend said that he closed his tab on accident. And if he could be let back in.
Well, he can come back in.
So, me and Scott, we have differences of opinions a little bit on this. I think, Scott, correct me if I'm wrong, but I wouldn't even wish this on my perps, on the people doing it to me. No, I think Scott has a different opinion on that.
I have a different opinion on that. When I find out how to do it, perps ain't gonna like me at all.
Right. But I feel like that's not going to help. That's not going to solve the problem. That's
it's not. I'm not going to be doing it to solve any problems for them.
I understand. But that just.
I'm going to make them regret ever doing it to anyone else.
My point is trying to get across to somebody who's just listening, to the listener who doesn't understand or is trying to understand.
I mean, John, you haven't had them kill any of your family, have you?
Weezer just died 2 weeks ago.
Okay, I'm sorry for that.
That's all right.
I have several reasons why they deserve to have this inflicted right back on them.
I understand.
Tenfold.
Yeah, I understand, Scott. I can't say that I wouldn't be in the same position as you. Given different circumstances, I just they do this to my kids. I stayed silent.
Well, see that should be that's enough. That would be enough for me.
Yeah, when they started doing it to my kids, that's when I really started speaking out about it, because that's
started having some different outlook on it, huh?
Yeah, it created a monster there.
Yeah,
I just don't give a fuck anymore about that. You can call me crazy all you want. I don't care. I'll die for my kids. I'll go to jail for life for my kids. I don't care.
Well, they've been threatening me with going to the police and suing me for saying who they are. Because I know who a lot of them. I have the ability to find out who a motherfucker is when I want to.
Right.
And your screen name isn't going to save you if I don't want it to.
That's going to tell you a lot, though. Just the fact that they don't want, that they want to stay hidden so bad, because to show, what they know what they're doing is wrong. Now this guy I met, Scott, he doesn't actually get gang stalked. He doesn't get the gang stalking.
Uh-huh.
He gets they just started on him one day. He just like a radio station in his head almost. He started getting them coming through, and he even explained it to me, and it was really similar to, I don't know if it was you or who it was that was telling me how theirs started, where he could hear them talking, saying there was two girls and a guy is what he gets, and he could hear them saying, he can't hear us. There's no way he can hear us. There's no way he can hear us. You know.
Right.
And I know somebody else described almost the same exact thing, like how it started for them. Once they tapped in, then they actually sat there and they convinced him to, like, trained him to focus on their frequency to make it, to solidify the connection there, whatever it is that they needed to do. They actually worked with him and trained him. So he has no idea. He's never even researched it. He doesn't know what the hell it is, right? Mm-hmm. And I started telling him about it, and I've been sharing some videos with him, and he's already, you know, like I said, we've been in communication, and he's already, I think he's you know, come leaps and bounds just in the last 2 weeks. Just some of the stuff I've been able to share with him. But like I said, whenever he starts telling me stuff, and then I can you know, finish his thought, or his, what he's trying to explain, I can finish it for him, and he starts literally crying, you know. It's
well,
a grown man,
if you've had the same experiences, that makes it easy.
Yeah, and because it's something you couldn't even imagine. Like, even explaining it to somebody, I can't imagine, you know, what it's like to get the harassment like that 24/7, and, you know, somebody in your head like that.
Well,
So he went on to
I've
tell
told you
me
how,
what
but
they were saying to him.
it's a lot different telling somebody how
Yeah,
it is than
Yeah.
experiencing it.
So as I'm saying things to him that I know, that I've found out through my own research, they're he's giving me like a play-by-play what they're saying to him, you know.
Yeah,
So
I can do that
it's funny.
if you want. I can sit here and say all the curse words and all the racist slurs if they're throwing at me 24 hours a day.
Here's another thing you'll
I don't see a point to that.
He's able to certain devices that he uses, he can hear it through certain other devices a little bit, like the interference
through your fan, through your refrigerator, through your television, through cars driving by, through other people talking. All of it.
He said.
Yeah.
Through cars driving by.
All of it.
But other people can't hear it though. What he hears, just like you recording it. You know, you record it. What you hear in the recording back is different from what I hear, I believe. You know, when you play the recordings back, it's just like gibberish to me. I can't hear anything.
Yeah, you can't discern what they're saying, but I can hear it because they're saying it.
Right. So
it sounds like 4 or 5 people talking over each other, right?
Yeah,
but
that's how I explained it too, exactly.
But when you're the recipient of the subvocal recognition, or V2K, they, you know, they modulate those people down for me, and the person that they want me to hear harassing me is who, you know, I can pull that up.
He explained to me, you know, I mentioned to you how I gave you the theory that they might be using like your neighbors' voices against you. It might not be your neighbors. Well, I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying he told me they were doing this to him. They were sending him his girlfriend's voice while he was. They would like FaceTime, right? So he'd be on the phone with her, and they'd fall asleep or whatever. He'd wake up to this, to his girlfriend moaning like she was having sex with somebody else, right?
Right.
And he would think she's cheating on him. So they would try to get them to fight by using her voice sent back to him. But it wasn't her. She was sleeping the whole time.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Now they actually do it to her because she's stuck with him and stuff. And I actually met her too. She's a very very nice person, and you just really cool down to earth people. But it hits pretty close to home. I mean, Scott, you and I aren't even near close together, you know, geologically. But here's somebody who's right down the road from me, and it's been happening to him for 3 years.
Yeah.
So.
Well, if he's been getting V2K and the other aspects, he's been being targeted for more than 3 years.
Right. That's it. He even said the same thing. He said, in retrospect, he feels like he's been targeted a lot longer.
Yeah.
With different things, but the
Yeah. They mess with
ago.
you for a few years before they ever let you know they're messing with you.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's how they gain all that.
Because they already have a script set up of how they're going to attack you once they go overt. The covert shit is so that they can create their manipulation strategy, and then after they've got all they think they can glean, then they go overt and let you know who they are. They're not afraid to let you know who they are. They're not afraid of that. Because
are you sure about that
though? because you can't stop them. Because you can't prove it's happening. That's why they're not afraid to come up to you on the street and fuck with you. Because you can't prove it.
In this guy's case, he has no idea who the people are. He can't pinpoint who it is or why.
He will.
Why they're doing it to him. So like the only thing he's been able to deduce is it's purely like research experiment. He said that they've actually learned a lot from him through his cooperation with it. You know what I mean? I explained like they like trained him to focus on their frequency or whatever it is, and there are different things that through his feedback. You know what I mean? His feedback to them. He's helped them, which tells me that they're in a position of research and development. Whichever each person can be different too, obviously. And even if they're doing that, these people can do the same thing on for diabolical reasons to somebody they don't like.
Well, when I get people saying that that this is all an experiment, blah blah blah. No, these people are way past the experimental stage. They've been past the experimental stage for probably a decade.
Yeah, I think you're right there.
This is common practice. This is a sorry. It's a process now. It's not a practice. It's not an experiment. It is a process.
I think
and they know exactly what they're doing, and they know what the end game is, and they know how to get there because they've got there more times than they can probably count.
I think they are still experimenting with a lot of it though.
Well, the technologies as the technology advances, yeah, they're going to try new and more horrible fucking things.
Well, now let me go further. This guy doesn't. What he explained to me, it didn't stop at the auditory V2K. He only brushed the surface of what they made him see.
Yeah.
Apparently, he was seeing some stuff to where
he's
heading down the rabbit hole that they're not even human. That and I said, listen, I said, I know it's hard to think that these people aren't human. Well, if they're able to do this, but I said, you gotta realize. I said, don't forget these little key things. I said, and I brought him back to reality a little bit. I think
Well, you notice that when you enter my channel, right? The front where I have the little clip from They Live. The little clip about They Live, we've got one that can see. Well, if you ever have the time, you go and you listen to Roddy Piper's last interview. or if you can find one, an interview with John Carpenter about They Live. This shit's been happening for decades. This is not a new thing.
I just can't do it. I just...
He said it himself that They Live is a documentary. It's not a movie, it's a documentary. Now, maybe he was being a little exaggerative that they're aliens, but the point is that these people are among us, and they're using technology that we haven't been privy to for years, now that the technology is coming out, but they've been using it on us for years. And the fact that they're humans but aren't humans, that they look like humans. Well, that's a metaphor for these people aren't human in the same respect as you and I are. Granted, they're human bodies, human people, but they don't think and they don't feel like us.
Yeah. There's something to be said about selling your soul to the devil.
That's why I call them cockroaches in human suits, like the Men in Black, the cockroach that took the plumber Edgar's skin and wore his skin. Yeah. That's why I call them cockroaches. Because they're they look human, but they're not human. They're not compassionate, feeling human beings. They're willing to do this. It's obvious that they don't give a fuck about
found me a roller
about you.
Got a roller watch. I got a roller watch.
What you doing?
It was just my watch.
You seem like a little Brandon Cusack. You don't know who Brandon Q is, I don't think.
No. Is it like a troll?
Oh, you have to look him up.
I don't think you're a troll, Zach. I think you're just I think this is a subject that you found interesting.
Yeah, you're probably right, but I think you should take it a little more seriously, though, Zach.
I will.
At least be open-minded to it.
Well, I'll tell you what, you should really do like John just said there and take this more seriously if you think people are knocking on your door that aren't there, because it sounds to me like you're being targeted. And you got these gang stalker trolls fucking with you. That's what it is.
Yeah, I'm just listening right now.
Now, whether you're just, you're just here to try and, play a game, I'm not going to try and assume that.
Yeah, I'm just
for the benefit of the
listening.
doubt, I'm saying that if you're saying you've got people doing this and there's nobody there,
I'm about to install my Simply Safe cameras right now.
That's them using V2K, which is the auditory function of the BCI, to make you hear things that aren't there. Now, they can also make you see shit that isn't there. So they're connected to your brain. There's a number of things that they can do. You just need to research BCI and what the hell it's capable of, because that's how they're fucking with people. And they've been trying to do this shit since MK Ultra, and now it's just they've got it down to a fucking science.
I know it probably seems funny to somebody your age, Zach, but if you're not.
No, I'm not trolling. I just find this interesting.
That's what I said. I think you just found a subject that you're interested in because it's fucking weird, all right? I admit it.
I've been hearing
scary.
Things.
It's scary to hear that people can fuck with your head and you have no way of stopping them or doing anything about it. It's weird to think that there are psycho fucking killers willing to do this to people for no other reason than they can.
Yeah.
No other reason than they can, because somebody's giving them a paycheck, and you already saw that. You looked it up. $24 to $54 an hour to be a gang stalker.
What happens if you apply, Scott?
If you're a target, you aren't going to get a job because you're a target.
You ever try?
No, I'm not going to try. Why would I try? If I did try, the only reason I would try would be to gain the tools to fuck them over right back. That would be the only reason I would do it. But
I mean, just curiosity.
They've already implied to me that, join us and we'll stop targeting you at least a half a dozen times. And in that respect, I'll say again, I'm Luke Skywalker. I'll never join you. I'll cut my right hand off first.
Yeah, I almost think that's the whole point, is to see if they, because that's then they win, right? If they can buy it, and that's the whole point, is to, because then,
Thank you, my bad. I keep trying to click unmute and it says start cam and it just kicks me out every time.
It's okay. You're trying to use what?
It's because I try to unmute and then I click the start cam button and it just kicks me out. So my bad.
You click the wrong thing there.
Yeah, my bad.
That's all right. I have a hand. I can bring you back in.
Yeah, thank you.
What's your avatar there, Turkov?
Oh, it's just a random profile picture I have on saved.
I think that's from well, actually that's
Russian.
That's actually a female.
Yeah.
Or is it an AI?
It's a female.
Generated. It looks AI though. That's AI generated. It's an AI generated something or other.
It looks like it.
But Zach has a picture of something that looks like it's out of Call of Duty or something. What's that from?
Looks like some game.
Yeah, some game. I used to play Call of Duty Black Ops 2 when it was around. I was Dark Helmet, and my weapon of choice was a knife.
Oh yeah.
I never picked up a gun. I was too happy letting guys shoot at me and get pissed off when I stabbed them. I loved that. I really loved that. Fuck you, cheater! Yeah, I'm cheating. I just have a good computer and a good connection. That's all. Drippy.
Oh, you played on PC.
Drippy, your device is not connected, and you're not getting any. And I can't allow you to come in there. You need to either try and set up your microphone or your camera or whatever it is that is making it say device is not connected, because you don't have anything connected that you can join the stream with. So I'm gonna kick you back out. You try and fix that shit, and you can try and come back in, Drippy.
How does that happen?
I don't know. It happens if you don't have a microphone. If you don't have a microphone set up, you can't come in. You don't have to have a camera, but you do have to have a microphone set up and working before you can come in.
Yeah, that's why it took me so long to get in here. I used Brave, and I forgot I had to change my default browser on my phone back to Safari for it to work.
Now that could be it too. Your browser might cause problem. Like I think yes, I think
StreamYard only works.
Safari doesn't really work with StreamYard, and neither does Opera.
Safari's the one that would work.
Opera won't even. I've had people say Opera won't even let them fucking look.
Brave browser wouldn't let me do it, but Safari is the one that would work on my phone.
But if you're using something like Tor, you might as well forget it. You aren't getting in a chat.
And I don't think Brave browser works to get on a stream either.
But Tor won't let you do it because it's because of the type of browser it is. It's designed to keep you anonymous, so they're not going to probably allow you to do this shit.
No, StreamYard ain't getting any data then.
Zach is trying to share something. We're going to just show it. What are you trying to share, Zach? What do you got? What is this? Is this a game you're playing? Call of Duty Modern. Oh, what? Is this Modern Warfare or what? Or Mercenaries?
I think this is Modern Warfare. Yeah.
Yeah, Modern Warfare. Yeah. Right on.
It's been a minute.
Let's see you get your ass kicked for 5 minutes. Get out there and fight. Come on, get out there and fight. Do some fighting.
What's your rank? Let's see, what's your rank?
Get out there and get shot up. I want to see it.
He's level 300, as you can see.
Okay, I was looking at my phone. It's a little too small.
So this is young Zach playing Modern Warfare, Warzone.
He's got gun, Zach.
He's using a sniper, dude, with is that an M4? Is that an M4?
It's an M6. Oh, is it an M4?
No, I think it's an M4.
M16.
Oh, M16? Looks like an M4.
Well, it's the butt stock is I think it's an
M4. I told you it was an M4, damn it.
Yeah, you're right.
You didn't listen.
I didn't get to use the M4. They came out with the M4 standard issue right after I got out of the army.
Right. What?
So,
what?
When I was in the National Guard. When I was in
Well, get into some gameplay. I'm tired of looking at your character. Just get in there and do some shooting. Come on, man. Ready for excitement. I'm rooting for you.
Come on, Zach. Try the knife. It's something different anyway, huh?
Well.
Yeah, Scott. Weezer was old. He got sick. And,
well, he was like 13, wasn't he?
He was
13. 13 or 14?
14 and a half. 14 and a half, yeah. So I'm not going to say it was any,
Yeah, but you have a puppy, though, don't you? You got a puppy before that, didn't you?
Yeah, Lola, she's enormous. She stands up. She can put her paws on my shoulders.
That made it easier, but it still doesn't feel good. See, I knew you'd get shot the first second. Come on. Come on, you're 19 years old. I know you got better reflexes than that.
He ain't 19, is he?
Yeah, he's about 19.
When are your balls gonna drop? He sounds like
he got a kill right there. Did you get a kill right there, Zach? Did you get a kill?
His mic must not be on at the same time.
So speaking of the name Zach, I had a nephew. His name was Zach, and
oh, there we go. My mic is fixed.
There we go.
And
you can talk shit back. Good, Scott. You were saying?
His name was Zach, and he's not alive anymore.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
He was like 18 years old.
What happened?
About as old as you are. I'm gonna neglect to talk about that.
Okay.
Yeah, that sucks. So how about Jesus Christ is still up to his shenanigans there. I obviously haven't really been on on YouTube the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
But I was on Conspiracy Underground's live stream there the other day, I think it was, and he brought up how I thought I've noticed this already, but he brought up how my brother he agreed that my brother's definitely is a fucking gang stalker. He's been going around to all kinds of different TI channels, and he's been busy, I guess, from what I've heard.
Well,
he's been driving past me.
I've seen.
He was a PFA against him.
what they like to do is if you go somewhere, all of a sudden that person will show up in that chat.
Yes, that's what he does. That's exactly what he does. Anywhere I go on live streams, he shows up. I'm surprised he's not in your chat right now, Scott.
Now they'll say, "Oh, it just came up in my recommendations." And that's bullshit. What that is they're subscribed to you. They're subscribed to you, and they can follow you.
I got killed by Snoop Dogg.
You know, when someone is subscribed to you, when someone is subscribed to you, they can, you know, they can join a chat you're in. You know that, right?
They can do what?
They can follow you around.
Oh, if they're subscribed to you, they can follow you around.
Yeah, well, they can, you know, where you might be at any given time.
Okay, I figured there was some.
I'm not sure which application does that, but there is an app that you can get to you know, so that you can join people that you are connected to.
Yeah, I get it. I figured there was some easy way for him to do that because
it's simple enough. Yeah.
I refuse to believe that he's a low level perp, if anything, if nothing else. I don't even know if he's involved.
Well, I know you think it. I know you think it's your brother. I know you think it's your brother, but that's a manipulation that he's just bullshitting you there. It's not really your brother.
No, it is absolutely my brother.
Okay, well,
listen, it is.
I'm just telling you that I'm just telling you that I don't think it's in. I don't think it's anybody you have a fucking clue about, but they're willing to let you think it's your brother. They like you thinking that it's your brother. They like you thinking that it's your brother.
He physically does it to me as well. So, I mean, the more rational, you know, conclusion would be that it is. I mean, it could be somebody else doing it, and then my brother doing the physical gangstalking as well, driving past me every chance he can.
Well, there might be a collaboration there, but I don't know.
Hey,
I mean, there's no way you're ever going to know for sure. That's what I'm saying.
Right, and I don't care. Yeah.
So either way you can think it's your brother or not. It doesn't really make any difference. He's still going to be a stalker bitch.
Right.
He's still gonna fuck with you, and if it isn't your brother, he's not gonna ever say he's not. Yeah, he's gonna get his jollies off of that shit. And it might not even be a dude. Just think about that. It could be a 12-year-old girl, and you don't even fucking know it. Okay, so
a video the other day, just showing, just pointing this out, and
knife him, Zach. Knife him. Knife his ass.
He's on my team. I can't.
I don't care. Stick him. Stick his ass anyway.
I can't. They won't let me.
I know.
I made a video the other day, Scott, saying who Jesus Christ is, and said my brother's name. And the next day, I got an email from YouTube. It got a privacy complaint against it, and it told me the exact time in the video, and I went to the time. And it was
they gave you a warning. Did they warn you?
It said right when. Yeah, it's not against fucking YouTube's privacy violations for me to say my brother's name. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So
hi, Virginia. If this is really Virginia, come on in and chat with us.
I don't think it's Virginia.
Really Virginia. I have the opinion that it's probably Muddy, you know, but
Noah Smith.
I think it's Virginia.
Noah Smith. Thank you very much.
I have this curse of always being right, Scott. So I'm calling. I'm saying it's Virginia. There's only one way to find out.
Saying you're always right is a lie. That is not physically possible.
No, I'm not always right. But I'm just saying, whenever I say that, you know, I don't remember ever being wrong.
I mean, even Miles deGrasse Tyson or Michio Kaku can't say they're always right.
Yeah, I'm not always right.
And they both have, like.
But whenever I say I have a curse, of always being right.
Very high intelligence quotient.
Whenever I feel like
No
I'm
way, I
right.
didn't kill him.
No,
So
this one I'm just taking a shot in the dark.
So Virginia, here's the link. I want you to come in here and talk to us.
I think it's Virginia.
I think it might be, but I'm not. With the way things have been happening, I don't take anything at face value anymore with whose screen name I see anymore, because I've seen more than Muddy dipshits Noah Smith doing the shit. It's not just him. It's an across the board thing with these people.
But the way Virginia talks, I think that's Virginia. And this is Zach playing, by the way, Virginia.
Well, it's young Zach here playing. That's Zach right here.
I got a knife.
It's this kid right here. That kid. Right?
He's young Padawan.
So now I got to figure out how to get this back to the way it was because I screwed up.
I think you just click on the.
I got it.
Alright, I'm doing pretty bad. I haven't been playing in a while.
Well,
can you bring up five pictures on a screen like that?
Yeah.
How many can you fit on it?
Well, you can only have one like if someone else was trying to share something, you can only share one at a time.
Right, but then.
But I could replace your small face where you're at with another stream of some gameplay or whatever, and each one of our faces. But it would remove your ability to talk because I'd be pulling you off the stream and replacing you with whatever you're trying to stream. I don't want to click on your name.
Yeah, see, it's got to be Virginia because she's taking a while to get here.
Oh wait.
I don't want to click on your name. I want to hear your voice. Yeah, there you are. Hey, girl.
Indeed, it's me. It's me.
So what's up, Virginia?
Hi, Scott. Hi, John.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I've been better, been worse. I've been sick all week.
You have?
Yeah, today's the first day I've fucking even got up and moved around.
But these are two young gentlemen that decided to come into the stream, and
I love watching Call of Duty, so
we've been expressing our views on gangstalking.
Oh, okay.
And about the situation.
Hi.
And whatnot.
Okay.
So Virginia meets Zach and Tarkov. Chad. I think his name's Chad. He just has Tarkov in front of it. But.
Chad. What's good, Chad?
What's up?
He has a picture of a girl. It's a badass picture.
Misleading, but yeah.
Yeah, Chad's not a Russian little girl that smokes cigarettes.
He's a young Russian girl.
Hey, John, Too Mean Irene was doing a live just a little bit ago. Did you see that?
Really? I've never seen Too Mean Irene do a live.
Oh, Zach.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
I'm pressing, bro. My teammates are just carrying. You're gonna lose.
Come on, Zach. Come on, you can
My
get him,
nieces
Zach.
are really good at this. Crazy.
Hey, there you go. That was good. That was the shit right there, Zach.
Sorry,
do some more of that. That was good shit right there. Do that again. Oh. Hey.
I used to
There's a golden gun or something on here. That's hard to.
You almost had him. I saw you got you had a beat on him, but he got you first.
Did he say something about Snoop Dogg killed him? That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg just killed Zach. Wow.
That's fucked up.
I wouldn't think that Snoop Dogg would be that way. Actually, I used to live a block north of the actual Snoop Dogg's grandmother. And when he would when he would come visit the neighborhood in Long Beach, all the little kids in the neighborhood would be running around
I'm sure they all loved him.
Screaming, Snoop Dogg's here, Snoop Dogg's here. And he'd get out of
Really?
his car and go into his grandma's house and he'd chat with the kids for a minute. I never
I'm
talked
sure.
to him though.
He's tall
Oh yeah, he's like 6'6".
and lengthy. Yeah, he's tall. Tall dude.
He's a big skinny dude, yeah.
Yeah. He looks like a
Huh?
Doberman Pincher boy.
Yeah, it was a big white limo he pulled up in, and all the kids would be running around it and screaming his name.
I'm sure.
I'm just
But
assuming
that was when I lived in Long Beach on
Yeah, that's
20th and Cedar is where I lived at.
20th and Cedar. That sounds about right. That's
And well, that's where his grandmother lives, in 19th.
Yeah.
Just 19th and Cedar is where his
So you
grandmother
were kind of
lives.
in the hood then, Scott.
Yeah, I lived right in the hood.
I like that. Sorry, I just do.
Yeah. I lived in the hood.
Yeah, if you're on Cedar, yeah, you should
And
work.
see that's where those audio slave scumbags were sitting out. We're sitting out in front of my apartment at 2067 Cedar on the stoop and recorded like a stone on a boombox.
Right.
And took it from.
Wow.
That's where they got that song. It was my song. And
Yeah, I know
I'm gonna say that until I die, but it's never gonna do any good.
Yeah.
I invented the internet, and Al Gore stole it from me.
But yeah, they were sitting out right in front of my window where I was playing the song, and they recorded it. Yeah, that's where they got the song.
So how's shit been with you, Virginia? Has the shit simmered down a little bit with?
And I think that's why I'm targeted, but
I don't think I still get told that things are said, but I don't even pay no attention anymore.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. So
it was tiresome. I'm done with that. It's just too much.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could probably go back to that neighborhood and know people still.
So you have a hood pass.
Load on there.
That's what that's called, Scott. I got them too. That's a hood pass. Well, you were from there, right? You lived there.
Well, I lived there for
a good
12 years, time, maybe 12 years I lived there.
Yeah. All right. I can do that in certain places too.
I saw Johnny Depp earlier in Conspiracy Underground stream.
Oh, you know who that is, right? Yeah, I won't say, but it's not me for sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I didn't say it.
All right.
Come on, get a knife kill, Zach. Come on, get a knife kill.
Oh, the knife kills are the worst. I'd much rather a gun.
Oh, that's all I used to do. That was my thing.
Stab is so personal. I mean, shooting is bad too, but I know
that was
a video game and all, right?
Knife kills were my thing in Black Ops 2.
Defeat. That means you lost, right, Zach?
Yeah.
And like I said, my name was Dark Helmet.
Well, you only learn from losing, right? You don't learn anything from winning.
I think my brother-in-law had Mike in 408, 4 in the 4. I don't know my area code. My brother-in-law, he plays this all the time. I watch it all the time.
I'm gonna get on a different game.
Oh, okay.
That one wasn't your.
You want to stop sharing this then, or what?
Oh, I'm gonna just screen share the other game.
What else do you play?
You want me to remove this one or what?
Yeah, you can.
Oh.
So we were talking.
I'm sorry, Virginia. I removed you. My bad. I clicked the wrong one.
That's okay. He sounds very young.
He turned it off, and I turned you off.
Don't turn me off. Turn me on, please.
So she said,
turn me on.
So we were talking a little bit, Virginia. I haven't talked to you in a while.
I know.
I met somebody in person who gets.
I think you're telling me that. Yeah.
Oh, that's why your name's Tarkov Chad. I get it.
Yep.
Okay, in this game.
So it's in beta testing.
Yeah, it's still like pretty like much in like alpha phase, more or less.
Do you have to get permission, or can anybody do it?
You
Anyone
just
can
gotta
play it.
buy it.
Yeah, you gotta buy it.
Oh, you gotta buy it. Oh. How much does it cost? $20?
$40.
Yeah.
On Steam?
No, it's
No.
their own launcher.
Oh, okay.
It's like gibberish to me.
Yeah.
Well,
I know a
I'm
little bit.
I am still Dark Helmet on Steam if you want to add me, but I don't really play any of those games anymore. But if you want to add me on Steam, I'm Dark Helmet.
All right.
Just so we could chat if you want.
What's I'll look up on Steam. What's your name again?
Dark Helmet.
Dark Helmet. I'll never forget that.
These guys are too young.
I can't find it because there's 159.
Hi, Tanya
results.
Bauer. We love you, Tanya.
Hey, Tanya.
It's 159 results when I looked up the name.
Chad,
on
you
Steam.
know what the Dark Helmet is off of? What movie that's off of?
Yeah, Spaceballs, of course.
Yeah,
Of course,
I was
of
talking to
course,
the
I
youngsters.
know. Oh,
I know you knew it was.
oh.
Never mind. The youngsters. I was wondering if they even know what that movie is.
Well,
You guys ever seen Spaceballs?
it's a parody of Star Wars, if you want to know.
Zach,
Nah, I don't know what that is.
have you ever seen Spaceballs?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
You should watch it.
You gotta
Look-
check it out.
Look it up. You'll laugh your ass off. If
God.
you ever watched any
Funny
Star
movie
Wars
from,
and if you were a fan of Star Wars at all, it'll make you laugh your ass off. Just
That's
tell me.
something I
Even
gotta
if you
watch
weren't.
then.
It's still fine movie. Yeah, it's called Spaceballs.
Spaceballs.
Dark Helmet plays the part of he's like the Darth Vader character. And it's played by Nick Moranis.
Sending hugs, prayers to you and your wife. Thank you,
Just like
Rose.
the guy
She
from
says
Honey, I Shrunk
she
the
loves you.
Kids.
Yeah. All beautiful, targeted individuals around the world.
How are you talking?
Oh, no, his eyes are open,
I said,
but he's still snoring. His eyes are open and he's still snoring. Like dog's laying there on her lap. His eyes are open, but he's still going.
that's funny.
It's funny. He's still snoring. His
You
eyes
should
are
see my
open.
dog. Virginia, Lola. Lola
What?
can put her she can stand up and put
Virginia.
her paws on my
Virginia
shoulders.
dropped out. I don't know what happened. She dropped. She's not in here now.
Oh, she did. She was glitching there. Her
She
mic was
fell
glitching
off.
a little bit.
She fell off the stream.
Oops.
So this is this is my stream, but you know we're showcasing young Zach and his exceptional gameplay. Right now, he's going to be playing something called Escape from Tarkov. It's on beta, says you can get it anytime you want.
Are you playing too, Chad?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Chad dropped again. I'm going to put it back up. Chad keeps falling off.
Yeah, my bad. I keep trying to unmute. I'm sorry.
He keeps falling off.
Yeah, no.
You don't have to mute if you don't want to, dude. It's
Yeah.
up to you.
I asked him a question, so. So you guys are both playing the same game online, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm old. You gotta bear with me. It's been a minute since I've done the gaming thing.
Well, I'm not going to say 100%, but I think Zach is also being targeted, but I'm not going to elaborate on that.
I have my doubts.
I mean, if you hear people knocking at your door that aren't there, that's part of the game. I'm not going to go into it, but that sounds like you're being targeted.
Well, I used to get a tapping on plumbing in the walls in my apartment. Like a clicking noise.
But it does sound to me like young Zach is being targeted.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna head out. Scott, do you know when you'll stream again?
Yeah.
I usually stream on Fridays.
Fridays.
Sometimes I do random streams. I'll come on and play my guitar, or I'll do a draw. I'll draw stream, but mostly Friday nights at around 8 o'clock. If you want to come back.
Okay.
All right.
We'll join
back. Do your homework in the meantime.
Yeah, we will.
Not actual homework.
But randomly throughout the week, I might be sitting here playing guitar, but
all right.
But yeah.
All right. Have a good one.
You too.
You guys do too. Have fun at your game and kick their ass. All right.
All right.
Will do.
Take it easy.
Easy.
Well, that was cool.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
That's productive, I think.
Hi there, Rose. Would you like to come in and chat, Rose? Want to come in and chat, Miss Renault?
I've never chatted with Rose.
Oh, you haven't? I have a couple times. She's a very nice person. And I don't appreciate that Noah Smith came in here using her name, and like he does everybody else's. But what do you do about that? Other than
exposing.
Well, that's what I've done. I told him if he didn't stop, I was going to say who he is, where he lives, and his phone number and stuff. Well, I told who he is, but I'm saving the phone number and the address and the workplace and all that for myself. But
you got to keep some cards in your hand, right? You don't want to show all your cards.
But if Muddy and any one of his alts is fucking with you, that's who he is. And Rose says she'll try to come in. And Tanya says, good day, Rose.
I'll be right back, so I'll give you a minute.
She said she might try and come on here. Let's give her an opportunity. But like I said, I'm not here about money. I'm not here about gaining subs or monetization. I'm here about trying to help other targeted individuals deal with being targeted. Hello, Rose. Welcome to the stream.
Hey, how's it going? Can you hear me?
Hear you just fine. How are you?
All right, good. All right, cool. I'm doing good. I started like a thing on TikTok. I show how people are being targeted on TikTok. Without.
Well, that's cool, because the more places that we try to raise awareness, maybe more people will realize this is a real thing and that we're not just a bunch of nut jobs.
Yeah, it's good. I try to. It's so hard because now, like, they're censoring people if you say anything about companies or the government, and so I have to like.
Is that right?
Huh?
Is TikTok? You say TikTok's doing that? They're censoring.
Yeah, they are. I guess all social media is, but so far I've been able to post a lot of videos about targeting on TikTok.
Wow, I guess I'm surprised they haven't kicked my ass, because I'm not afraid to say who I think's behind this shit.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sorry I missed it. It sounded like you had a good show. You had a bunch of people on.
Two young guys that I you know, I'm not going to speculate on their motives, but they seem to be interested in what's going on.
Yeah, that's good.
And
Yeah.
they weren't sitting here trying to be belligerent.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, I don't know. You have to. Yeah, I know a lot of people come on and pretend to be TIs when they're really perps. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that is a thing. But
Yeah, yeah.
if you don't give people the benefit of the doubt, you'll never know for sure.
Yeah, yeah. You got to give them the benefit of the doubt. And,
Yeah.
I don't like when people have called me a perp when I'm really a TI. So I try, I try to give people the benefit of the doubt.
You have to put the flaming bag of shit on someone's doorstep and see if they step in it before right?
You're right. What's up, Rose?
Hey, how's it going? Targeted Pat, how's it going?
Yeah, you guys chat. You guys have never chatted. You guys talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think we have. Nice to meet
you. Huh?
I think we've interacted in the chat maybe, but I don't know if we've ever talked.
Yeah, I'm a target individual in New York City. There's a lot of target individuals in New York City.
Yes, there is.
Yeah, I know a lot of them.
Well, I will say one thing. Okay, there's only one person alive that has a global network and is working with brain computer interface technology. I'm not going to say who they are. They know who they are.
Wow.
You know who they are.
Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
There's only one person that has a global internet.
Yeah. Yeah, they had on TikTok they had this guy come on who worked for Raytheon, and he said that Raytheon is involved in B2K, a Voice to Skull. Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, when I was doing construction, I had a security clearance to work at Raytheon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he the guy that was on the Disclosure Projects press club event, the one in June there? There was a guy from Raytheon who I think it was a guy from Raytheon that was a whistleblower who was on Stephen Greer's press club event, June 12th or 13th this year. He's had a couple of them in the last decade or so. Have you guys seen that?
No, I haven't seen it.
No.
Yeah, a lot of the military contractors are involved, though. Halliburton's involved. Halliburton
I've heard that too.
Is very heavily involved. When me and SHP, we did digital forensics, we saw Halliburton a lot in our network. Yep, Halliburton's involved.
Check out the press club event. From if you just look it up, you can look up Stephen Greer press club event, or just look up June 13th. Or I think it's
well, actually, when I
press club event, it's like a 2-hour thing with a bunch of whistleblowers. And one of them was from Raytheon, and he was talking about directed energy weapons and stuff like that.
When I lived in Kansas, I worked on pulling units, which they pull oil wells, and the company I worked for, we actually did some stuff for Halliburton. The oil company Halliburton. I don't know if it's the same Halliburton you're talking about.
I think they're all one and the same, aren't they?
Yeah, probably a subsidiary or whatever. Yeah, but yeah, I used to work on pulling units. I was a derrick hand on a pulling unit. One of the most dangerous jobs in the world. Yeah.
My neighbor worked for Halliburton, and that's something. He's actually no longer with us, but he passed away years ago.
Yeah, well, I told Scott what we believe is I'm involved with SHP. You can see her on BitChute and Odyssey.
So she doesn't come on. She doesn't come on here anymore.
She doesn't come on. Okay. Yeah, and she
on on YouTube, I haven't seen her do a video on YouTube in a couple of years.
Yeah, yeah.
So she's doing it over on BitChute.
And Odyssey. If you ever heard of Odyssey, yeah.
I've never messed with Odyssey. No, is it kind of like this?
Yeah, it's sort of like BitChute, and we did digital forensics, and we saw all the companies that target individuals route to. We learned computer science and digital forensics from this lady that used to work in the U.S. military, and she became a targeted individual, and she taught us digital forensics and stuff. And usually in the U.S. military, you learn digital forensics really well because the U.S. military created the internet, right?
Well, they created the Navy created the intranet, and then it was scabbed off by other companies, but
we found one of the companies we route to is Halliburton, but they go under another name. They call themselves I forgot what it was, Landmark Corporation or something. They go under another alias. So Halliburton's heavily involved in it. And I can name all the companies, but I don't want to get your channel banned.
I really don't care.
You don't care?
No.
Amazon.
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of this censorship that they're pulling about. You can't say killed. You can't say murdered or COVID. I really don't give a shit. I mean, they demonetize people for it, but I'm not monetized, so I really don't give a fuck. Say whatever you want.
Yeah, Amazon's involved in it. Amazon's a military contractor, and Amazon has I forgot what it's called, Amazon Nova or something like that.
Amazon has something called Sidewalk, which has all of your Alexas and every Ring camera are connected. So you can turn all your shit off. Yeah, you can turn all your shit off. You can throw the Alexa away and your Ring camera, but you're still under that bubble because that bubble from your house extends out about 1.5 miles to 2 miles. So every one of those is interlinked. So your computer's interlinked, your phone's always interlinked. And I really don't give a fuck about Amazon saying they don't use that for surveillance. It's recording and seeing everything that's going on. They say they don't look at it. Bullshit.
They claim that it's just for us to keep
connectivity,
right?
No, that's bullshit. It's surveillance.
Yeah. Right. And
but go on, Rose. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I interrupted you. Back to what you were saying about Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon's involved. We saw IP addresses going through our network from Amazon, and Amazon owns it. They also have a big database company called AWS, and AWS involved. It's called AWS.
Yeah, something.
I see that.
I've seen it.
Yeah. Traffic all the time.
Yeah, they have these huge database centers, like these gigantic database centers. One of them is Amazon, called AWS. Then they have another one called Iron Mountain. These database centers that are huge, like gigantic, full of data. And they're not just
kind of like BlackRock, who has something to do with everything.
Yeah.
I see my IP traffic. I see that AWS all the time. It's in there no matter what. It's in there.
Yeah, we saw AWS. We saw IP addresses from Amazon going through our network, and Halliburton. There's a lot of military contractors involved, and MIT. You know what that is?
Get a lot from
well, MIT. Let's just stop right there. MIT, right? They are at the cutting edge on every kind of technology. I mean, they are on a level with DARPA. They are in a level with DARPA.
Yeah.
As far as technology, well, they have been experimenting with mind manipulation and brain computer interface technology since the 70s. But go ahead.
Yeah, MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology. It's a university. But they're heavily involved in robotics and stuff. I think they're involved with Boston Dynamics.
Absolutely.
And who else is involved?
All the AI shit,
all the AI shit, and then we route to cryptocurrency companies. We saw a lot of cryptocurrency companies. I think target individuals are being mined for cryptocurrency.
Yeah,
And
I'm sure. I'm certain of that. That's what the dream manipulation shit is about with the fake movies and shit. They're making money off of that.
we saw ING. ING is like a financial. It's sort of like Merrill Lynch, like a financial institution. It's a bank, and it's owned by the Netherlands, and it's also like a financial institution, sort of like Merrill Lynch or ING going through our network all the time. ING. Oh, there's so many entities involved.
Well,
Brazil.
all that's governed under the federal under FICO.
Yeah,
Your
yeah,
FICO scores. All that is connected to FICO. All of it.
yeah. Yeah, we saw a lot of cryptocurrency companies. Australia is heavily involved in it. Brazil is heavily involved in it. What they do is they route us to educational networks, all over the world, and we're researched on by all of these educational networks. Like Australia has a really big educational network.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but when you said
Korea
the
has a
education
big.
ones,
Yeah.
I was getting sans.edu all the time to the extent that I even sent them an email, a privacy complaint, because I didn't know why my network traffic was getting routed through sans.edu, and I didn't know what it was. And I guess it's has something to do with the Department of Education and or the university. It's something to do with the internet and universities. Are you familiar with that, Scott? Sans.edu. SANS. Sans.edu.
No, haven't looked at it. No, why?
Go ahead, Rosa. I was getting that through my internet traffic as well, my IP traffic. My
okay.
DNS traffic was going through
your
Sans.
DNS providers and shit.
Yeah, and I was trying to understand what it all meant, So, and I didn't know why my shit was getting traffic through there.
Now, what DNS means is digital network subscriber.
That was domain name server.
That's what DNS means.
Okay, but go ahead, Rose. Before I interrupt you, I apologize.
What SHP and I think, I mean, Scott and us kind of disagree a little bit, but we're cool to disagree. Is we think all targeted individuals have some kind of stuff in them, like the RFID chip, a body area network. We have something in our body, nanotechnology.
I understand. I don't agree that you have to be chipped.
Yeah. I agree on
that one. They don't need a chip. They can connect you with
brain computer interface,
with BCI, with MEG, which is magnetic encephalogram technology, right? They can connect your magnetic field, or they can use near infrared, which is near infrared technology, which means if they can, use their infrared to look at you, they can connect to you, or they can use auditory, which is sound waves, sonic. They can use the sonic waves. These are three. I've researched this. These are the three possibilities that they can connect to you without any device. You don't have to be near a phone. You don't have to be wearing anything. They can connect to you and basically put a virtual headset on your head. Basically. But go ahead.
I understand.
Right? Yeah. Nanotech, it's in our foods and everything now.
But there has to be a network.
Okay.
And like I said, there's only one person alive on the planet right now that has a global network. And you know who it is. I don't have to name the person.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, we found him too. We found Starlink going through our network.
That's who I'm talking about. Mm-hmm.
Yep, Starlink. Just look up who owns Starlink, and you'll know who I'm talking about too.
Yeah. Well, why do you think he's messing? I mean, why do you think he's messing around with Neuralink? You really think he gives a fuck about people that are or paralyzed.
No.
That he didn't get to be a billionaire by being Mr. fucking Wonderful. Okay, I'm just saying.
Right.
Yeah.
He's not that much of a personality.
Yeah.
Asperger's, didn't he?
Yeah, did we tell you we talked to Dr. Robert Duncan again on YouTube? I could post his video or something after we chat. And Dr. Robert Duncan admitted that targeted individuals were basically human lab rats for artificial intelligence. And they're training the artificial intelligence on targeted individuals, and to work out all the kinks. So when they connect the rest of the world to AI, there won't be any problems. We're basically, that's what he said.
It makes sense. It makes perfect sense. I mean, every TI I ever met was highly intelligent.
Yep. I think it has a lot to do with it has a lot to do with transhumanism. All of these psychos want transhumanism.
Well, let's just say this: there has to be a shit ton of money behind it, and people that have disposable income, like said individual, will blow $44 million on a piece of shit chat program to destroy it. Do you think he'd give a flying fuck about you? Just saying.
Yeah, I agree. It has a lot to do with transhumanism. All these crazy people that run the world want transhumanism. And Dr. Duncan admitted that targeted individuals were kind of lab rats for.
Well, Duncan helped invent the technology. That's the problem.
Did.
That's the problem I have with him.
Yeah.
And he allows them to treat us like we're dirt.
Yep.
Right. And doesn't speak out about it. Well, he does speak out about it in a way that the NDA will let him, but because he's under an NDA. Now, he is. There's things he will not talk about. So he's got to be under a non-disclosure agreement.
Probably several.
And once he signs that shit, that's forever.
Yeah, it's probably several.
Yeah.
We know every movie that comes out has to be approved by the CIA.
Oh, is that right? No, I didn't know that.
That's what I heard. There's a department of the CIA that they what's the word I'm looking for?
Well, I for one think that the Havana syndrome incidents, that involved diplomats and the CIA, was just see, we're not doing this.
Yeah,
we're not doing this. They're doing it to us too.
Just to get the monkey off the back. Yep.
Yeah, bullshit.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, and the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Intelligence, right? Investigation, whatever. They're still an intelligence gathering entity. Saying it's a mystery, right? It's not a mystery. It ain't a fucking mystery.
It's not a mystery. Investigating it at a certain point, whenever they.
I mean, I when I called them, and I did, and I told them what I know and what's happening. Oh, we'll put that in your file. I'm like, oh, my file. Okay.
They got mad at me when I called. I asked them.
Well, they hung up. They, basically they ignored what I said. Oh, we'll add that to your file, and then they hung up.
Me and hung up on me. She got a supervisor. The chick I was talking to. I asked why I was on a.
They know exactly what the fuck's going on. Of course, there's no
she said, "Who told you you're on a federal watch list?" And that's the point when I realized that I'm not supposed to know. It was pretty early on, and she got a supervisor. I said, "Well, how do I find out about this?" I said, "I was told that I'm on a federal watch list." I said, "Why? I want to know why I was put on it, and how I got off it." And she got a supervisor, and they told her to let me know that I have to do a Freedom of Information Act request, but they couldn't tell me.
That's what I was going to say. If you want to know if you're on a federal watch list, try to get it for you. You won't get one.
And I just deny it, because you have to know what you're looking for to request it. And they won't disclose that the list it's classified, so
No,
they'll
they're
deny
not
it
going
every
to.
time.
You're on it. They're not going to disclose any of the information to you if you're on it.
Right. Yeah, I've been following the targeted justice's lawsuit and everything there, and
That's something else. That's another subject. Never join the class action suit for targeted individuals. And the reason you shouldn't is because when it fails, you can never try to sue these fuckers again because you've already tried.
Yeah, see, I didn't, but I'm just glad that the conversation's being had now. So if it's doing nothing else, even if it fails, at least it's helping the conversation to happen.
That'll
Because
squash it.
I feel like we're never going to win through the legal process. They own the
no, because they're how can you win? How can you win through a process that is designed to help the gangstalkers?
Right, exactly. It's the only path to eradicate this is awareness. 100% awareness.
The only way we're going to beat them is to fight them with their own game. Yeah, well, that's why I'm telling you, get yourself a BCI headset, learn how to use Python, learn how to connect it to AI, and tickle their brains back.
Yeah.
That's the only way we're going to beat. The only fucking way we're going to beat these assholes is to fight them with their own fucking tools. The only way. It isn't going to be legally. It isn't going to be legally. It isn't going to be gathering together and protesting because nobody gives a fuck about what you protest about. The only way is to fight them like they're fighting on us. The only way. There's no other way. We have to become the monster to destroy the monster. There's no other way. I'm sorry, but that's a fact. I know you're silent because you're like, holy fuck, whatever. But I'm telling you the way it is. The only way we're going to beat these fuckers is to become them.
Well, did you hear that they're rolling out digital ID? And like the digital ID, they scan your eyeballs. And in China, they already rolled out digital ID.
Yeah, China, you can't walk around without it. They have a code of your credit value.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what my wife just said. Your social value is a number.
Yep. And they already rolled out digital ID in China, and you have to have a digital ID in China to buy groceries.
To even buy food, yeah.
And they scan your eyeball. It's biometrics, right? Like your fingerprints. They scan your eyeball, and they're going to roll it out in America.
It's going to happen here too. Believe me.
Yep. You're going to have your eyeball scanned in order to buy something in America eventually. Yep.
Yeah, they're going to roll this shit out all over the world. Come on.
Yep.
I mean, it's already in place. It's just that they have to get it allowed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and in a place like China, they don't, they don't have the same rules and regulations we do. They do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
I mean,
awareness is
they don't have a Congress. They don't have a Congress. They don't have a federal they don't have laws like we do. Their laws are nothing like ours. Nothing.
No, they're communism.
Yeah.
So, but like I said, the only way we're going to beat this monster is to use their own tools against them. That's why I'm telling people about brain-computer interface, how easy it is to get it, and you don't have to be no fucking genius. You can download the APK and put it on your cell phone right now for free. Now, depending on whether your phone is capable of the hardware in it, and if you have an iPhone, I think 6 or above or 4 or whatever it is, it has the hardware in it.
Right,
it has the capability in it. You just have to use it.
Yeah, you have to manipulate. You figure out what you have to do to manipulate and make it work. But
I haven't done any of this yet. I want to wait until I can afford my own brain computer interface headset. But when I get one, I'm just saying right now, I'm going to use it to fuck with gang stalkers. Period. I'm not going to hide it. I don't have a reason to hide it. They don't hide that they're doing it. So why should I hide that I'm going to do it?
Here's a thought, though, Scott. How you and I both know, though, that there's too many good people that are targeted that they aren't going to be able to do that. You know what I mean?
Well, they keep you financially in a hole.
No, I mean like just consciously, like morally, aren't going to be able to stoop to their level.
Well, I'm not saying stoop to their level. I said use the tools against them that they're using against us. I'm not saying torture them. I'm not saying kill them like they do us. I'm not saying harass their families like they do us. But
just make it open source
for the most part, use the brain computer interface to record what they're doing to you, and if you have to, glean a little information from them, like their passwords and their background and their information, just like they've been doing to us, and hold that over their fucking head.
So we're in the same boat. And awareness and knowledge, and we have to educate ourselves and gain the same knowledge and technology.
It's like a nuclear war. It's like a nuclear war. You're not going to fight against people with nuclear weapons with sticks and stones, and that's what's going on here.
Yeah, I need it as a deterrent. Like I carry a pistol around, but I don't carry a pistol around to use it. I carry it around as a deterrent.
I mean, if all of us targeted individuals have brain computer interfaces of our own and we learn how to use them, it's going to be less likely that gang stalkers can fuck you over without you knowing about it.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
That's what I'm saying.
Then you know exactly what they're doing. You can show it.
I mean, we didn't win Vietnam because we didn't know how to do guerrilla tactics.
Right. Yep.
We didn't, they were fighting a totally different battle. That's what these fuckers are doing.
Yep, you're right. You were right there.
We are at, whether we like to think it or not, we're at war with these people.
Oh, I know it.
I mean, granted, they're killing us over time, slowly, but they are still killing us. I mean, whether they're slandering us in private or in public, it's still the same effect.
How much does a brain interface BCI headset cost? It's a lot.
You can get a Muse. You can look in my community page. I've shared links.
Mm-hmm.
You can get a free APK and download it on your phone for the software.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can get a Muse, which is $129. It's a low grade version. Or you can use the one that I think that is the preferred version of Gangstalkers, OpenBCI.
OpenBCI.
There's also Emotive. There's NeuroSky. And I don't know when he's going to come out with it, but the all wonderful Elon Musk is going to make the Pi phone, which is going to have brain computer interface technology already installed in it.
Wow.
I don't know when he's going to roll that shit out. But like I said, when I emailed OpenBCI and told them about how these people are using your technology to harass and torture people, because I've researched it, it was $500. after I emailed them, within a week, the price went up 1,000%.
Wow. Huh.
It's now 5,000. So
Yeah.
what does that tell you?
Yep.
Yeah.
They didn't answer my email. None of these places have answered my email. I tried to contact somebody from Stanford. I think Stanford University, that is one of their main people researching BCIs. He didn't reply. None of these people will reply to you because they know exactly what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah.
And they know that once this shit gets out, that they're using this technology to fucking hurt people, it's gonna hurt their product. Now, I've told I email everybody that I've talked to, look at a protocol that you can't use this on people against their will that don't consent, because that's what they're doing. If you just install a protocol, and they can, I mean, I studied computer science. It's not fucking brain. It's not fucking rocket science.
Yeah, just some kind of security protocol.
Just a protocol that says you cannot connect this device to someone without their consent.
Right.
But no reply.
Establish some sort of authentication that's required.
So I'm of the opinion, yeah, they know exactly what the fuck they're doing with it, and they don't give a shit.
No, they're still trying to set up all the use cases so they can market it.
They don't want a little hiccup like people knowing that they're using this shit to kill people with. Okay, they don't want that to happen. Panic. That's part of the reason why the FBI says it's a mystery, because they don't want panic.
That's probably also their biggest outlook as far as marketing goes. They probably know that they're going to make their most of their money off of that use case. You know, or not most of it, but probably a good bit of it.
I mean, the things I've learned are, even if you know what a BCI is, are not things that Tom, Dick, and Harry's going to know without researching it. That's why I share all my shit. I share all my links. I shared the webinar that tells you, that has scientists, actual neuroscientists working on BCI, telling you how this shit works. Just look at the webinars. Look at all the other links I've shared. I'm open with all of it. I've shared them on my stream. How this shit works, how they use it, what they can do with it. They can pretty much do any fucking thing to you with it. Anything they want. They can make you see dinosaurs. They can do whatever the fuck they want. They can make you see aliens. That's what I think this bullshit about the people in Vegas seeing aliens is. They were being afflicted with brain-computer interface, making them see shit that isn't happening.
That's possible. Because I have yet to see any video.
That's part of what I think Ghost Hunters is V2K.
Yeah, I thought that.
But proving that, being a nobody living in an RV park, no matter how smart you are, your credibility pretty much reflects your financial ability.
You know who else is at the forefront of this technology for medical use cases is Penn State University, and I'm right at their back door here.
Well, hospitals use BCIs.
Yeah, so that's it. I mean, Penn State University is right there at the forefront of medical technology that they're coming out with right now. It's literally an hour from my house, the main campus in Pennsylvania.
What do you think an MRI machine does? It maps your brain
through electrical magnetic.
What do you think a BCI can do? It uses magnetic. It uses your EMF to map your brain. So,
okay.
So one is synonymous with the other.
So is that what they're talking about when they're talking about
electroencephalogram is magnetic field. Sorry, I couldn't spit it out.
Robert Duncan talks about or
Yeah, Dr. Robert Duncan was saying that they're mapping, they're brain
hydrodyning
mapping target individuals. We're being brain mapped. Yep, that's
Yeah.
true.
Well, they're
what's it
they're
called?
they're connecting.
I forget what the
If
word is, but
if you're getting the dream manipulation, they're connected to your brain. They're fucking with your head. They're inside your brain, fucking with your brain. That's where the dream manipulation goes.
I think
Now,
they're still trying to
when I
connect
was
them.
talking about the movies, right?
Yeah.
The dream movies that you get, the dreams that you remember like it was yesterday,
Yeah, I've gotten a couple of them.
that's from BCI. You're connected to BCI. If you've had them, you're connected to a BCI. Somebody has connected you to a BCI against your will, and the program that I'm talking about is an app. I can't remember if it's from Muse or Emotive, but there is an app on there where you can actually physically, using the BCI, put yourself in the movie. It's an app from one of their apps. Now, the other apps do other things. Depends on what you want to do with it. But
do you think that app? What was it called? The app where you thought about your intent and then you went somewhere. You picked it gave you a location. You drive the location or go to the location, and then you'll find
you
whatever
mean
you were thinking.
like remote viewing?
What was that app called? Do you remember?
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking
remember
about for sure. There's your buddy. There's your
It was a whole big thing in the.
here's your buddy, John.
Yeah, I see him down there in the chat. Satellite, electricity. Yeah, that's Ed. That's Ed. Hey Ed, why did you privacy strike my video there, buddy?
Anyway, like I said, Rose, go through my community page on my my YouTube here. Never mind all the bitching I'm doing about my neighbors and the gang stalkers. Just look for the links. Okay. Anybody looking at my community page, never, if you're not really interested in what I think and what the fuck my gang stalkers doing to me, don't read any of that shit because I curse a lot. And I really don't give a fuck if you like it. But really look at the links.
Yeah.
That's a lot of my research, and they're the most pertinent information that I've gleaned from my research. The first thing I really suggest you look at is the webinar that I shared.
Yeah,
it's recent. It's like a month ago. So
okay.
this is as cutting edges, and they're laying the shit out. They even talk about things that are tactics. Okay, you're gonna watch this webinar and you're gonna say, oh, there's a gang stalker tactic. Oh, there's another one. Oh, there's another one. You're gonna see the shit. Okay, for yourself. I don't have to tell you. You're going to see it for yourself.
I was going to ask you, do you think, what's that guy that's pretty famous who's a target individual? They make fun of him and ridicule him, but he says...
which one? Cyrex? Nappy? Donovan? Which one? A bunch of us.
The guy that's kind of bald, he lives in Atlanta, Georgia.
I think that's Cyrex.
Yeah.
Cyrex or Kevin Christian? Is that Kevin Christian?
Yeah, Kevin Christian.
Yeah.
He says that they can tell when we have an orgasm or something, or
they know it. They're connected to your brain, Rose. They're connected to your brain. They know when you need to take a shit. They know when you're going to go take a nap. They know what you're going to say before you say it. They know where you're going to go before you go there.
Make you have to go to the bathroom.
If you decide to go to fucking Walmart, right?
Yeah.
And that's how they can set up, and they can have some of their gang stalkers there because they already know you're going to be there.
Yeah.
They know before you go there.
Yeah.
Anytime you go to do something productive.
And they aren't. This is something. Here's something else. Your computer and your devices aren't hacked.
Yeah. No.
They have the passwords. They have the passwords because they got them right out of here. Yeah. You can't hide your passwords. You can't hide if you killed a mouse when you were 10. You can't hide it from them because they get it from in here.
Yeah.
They know all this shit. That's why they fuck with you, because they know all of this shit, and they can manipulate that anything to appear as you know. They can manipulate almost anything about you.
Well, that's awful. You can't even like have
No,
sex with your
no,
significant other and
no,
have an orgasm in private. You know, like
no. Not,
It's human
not,
trafficking. It's
nothing
another
you
form of
do
human
is
trafficking.
nothing you do anymore is private from these people. Nothing.
yeah,
It's another form of human trafficking. I mean, by definition.
This okay? They call it human trafficking, but it's human exploitation.
Yeah.
They're not trafficking you. They're not you know, like
Well, they
picking you up and dragging you to fucking Zimbabwe and selling you.
They are. You just
They're using your data. They're using your information to make clones of you. I mean, they can give away your birth certificate. They can give away your driver's license. They can give away your financial information. All of that shit. They know all of it. They know every fucking password. They know everything. Everything. I'm not kidding. Okay? They know everything. And they know everything through brain computer interface technology.
They're playing God.
yeah, that's scary.
Playing Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry, but those are the facts.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you don't have to be sorry, Scott.
I mean, I do everything I can to try and help people or make people understand. I mean, I can only show you the information, and what you do with it is beyond. After that, I can't. You know.
Yeah.
I can't force you to believe the shit's happening unless it's happening to you.
Yeah, yeah. That's awful. You have no privacy at all. You can't even.
No, you don't. Negative. If you're being gang stalked,
you have no privacy,
and they've scanned you into the brain computer interface network, you don't have no more privacy.
No more privacy. Wow.
They know all your relatives. They know all your friends. They know everything you did from the time your memory works.
So they can steal your intellectual property from your brain, like if you create a patent for some kind of device, they could steal the patent from your brain. You know, like yep.
It's intellectual property.
I can tell you, I've been there and they've done that.
Yeah.
More than once.
Yeah.
And that's why I say my targeting, I think, pretty much started with my music in Long Beach.
Yeah.
But maybe I was targeted before that, but that's 20 years ago. That song came out in 2001, and I wrote it in 2000.
Well, SHP was saying we should try to patent our body or like do a sole proprietorship, like the celebrities do. Like they patent parts of their body where you can't.
Oh well, like you take an insurance policy out on your fingers if you're a hand model.
Trademark our body. Is it called trademark or proprietorship? I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. Trademark our body, so no one can make money off of our body without our permission, just like the celebrities do. You know, like.
Well, that's why earlier on in my YouTube videos I said I do not relinquish any rights to my person, to my intellectual property, to my artwork, my music, my history.
See, living in the United States, we are, you know that we are owned by the United States as the corporation.
I do not consent to this.
Straw man? Right, but nobody has. But as you have a social security number, therefore you are property of the government. You have to. There is a process by which you can take ownership of yourself back from the government. It's your straw man. They call it your straw man. Have you ever looked into that?
I don't know if you remember me showing you.
That's something that
I don't.
we should
I don't.
look into as well.
I hate to interrupt, but this is important too. It's talking
Well, I
about
was
what you're
asking a
talking about.
question.
Oh,
Okay.
ask it, and then I'll get to my
Well, have you ever looked into that? The
the
straw man,
straw man.
taking the straw man account like that were owned by the corporation, United
Uh,
States of America Corporation, and as you have a social security number, you have an ID,
yeah, how from birth
so
you have
legally,
you have an account and this and that. Yeah, I've heard about that. But
legally they can get away with this, but until you take ownership of your sovereignty back, and there is a
now,
process by which you can do that. It's pretty simple, I guess.
as far as what you're talking about, like the straw man, um, in one of my earlier YouTube videos, I found where someone with my exact name. Now there are only 171 people in the world with the last name Schmier, right? Now, understanding that, there's someone in Irvine, California, with the name Scott Schmier that plays soccer. I don't play soccer. Fantasy football. My name is used on fantasy football for the LA Galaxy. There was, or I don't know if it still is, an LA Galaxy soccer player named Scott Schmier. Not me. And they stole my identity.
Are you sure it's not an actual person?
I'm absolutely sure. I showed the screenshots. You want me to show them again?
No, but I mean, if you looked into it, that's possible. There could be that a person with the same name.
No. Did you hear what I said? There are 171 people in the world with my last name.
Right. So the people that have that name as a soccer player, did you look that person up? Is there a person attached to that? If they're using them in the fantasy football league, then wouldn't there have to be
Well, think about that. 171 people with my last name in the world, right?
Okay.
The odds are that 2 of them named Scott Schmier living in SoCal.
It's still possible. What I'm saying is that if there's a person on a fantasy football team, mathematically it's possible. If there's a person though on a fantasy football team,
well, I'm telling you it's not, and I'm telling you that they stole my ID and they're using it.
I'm saying if there's a person on a fantasy football team with that name, okay, you look that person up. They'd have to be a player, right?
Yes, it's an actual person. It's an actual person playing soccer. Yes.
Okay. So then take it a step further. They have that name and look into it and see what other similarities.
He's a Spanish kid.
Okay.
Do I look Spanish?
Look his parents up. You know what I mean? His parents, and see if his parents had the same name, how did he get that name?
No, they don't.
No. Okay, that's all I'm asking. I'm just asking the right questions, Scott. You know what I mean?
And where that happened was when I was a taxi driver in Huntington Beach, and they stole my wallet. They sent my ID back and a lot of the other stuff in it, but kept the birth certificate.
Jesus Christ, says you look Spanish. You kind of look a little Spanish. Little Spanish. I don't know.
Do I look Spanish? Really?
I don't know. I don't see through color.
I mean, I'm not Argentinian.
You look a little black, a little Asian, a little white, a little ginger, a little Heinz 57. I don't know. But if you follow the breadcrumbs,
anyway, I found the paperwork. Okay, I found the paperwork.
So follow that wherever. Keep going. Where find out where it leads. You can maybe find out who the fuck stole your identity.
Well, like I said, reporting this shit to the police, if you're a target, you're not going to get any help because I did report this. I've done a report of this. I showed the officer standing right here the evidence. He said, "Oh, that looks borderline to me." I showed him the person using my Facebook, Animal, using my brother's Facebook that I created for my dead brother. My brother's dead, but this person is using it, playing mercenaries at war and adding my friends. He put my birth date on there, my phone number. I didn't add any of that shit. I didn't add any information. They added it.
Right.
Yeah, I definitely believe if you're a target individual, they steal your identity.
They do steal your identity.
I agree.
Yep, they do identity theft. Mm-hmm.
But
I have proof. I have proof of it. I'm not just I'm not just talking here. I have proof of this shit.
I'm not questioning
the cop told me, he says, the cop says, oh, well, you need to find more evidence. And I said, isn't that your fucking job?
Right, it is, but they're not going to do it.
Am I supposed to give me your fucking cuffs and your badge then, motherfucker, because I'll do it.
Yeah, they're not going to do it for you. You know that. Hell, I've gift wrapped the fucking shit for the cops whenever the
That's what I'm saying. I gift wrapped the motherfuckers in a bow, and he says, oh, that's borderline. If you find any more information, give me a call. Here's my card. I'm like,
right.
I wrote it off right there. I'm not calling you because you're just helping them. I'm not fucking calling you. I'm not going to try anymore to do your job for you.
So here's what I found is effective. Whenever you're not going to count on them to do it, but whenever you take somebody who's in a position of public service like that, right? And then you take all the information, right, that you would give to them, and you try to give it to them, and you make a record of all this. And whenever they won't do anything, then you make it public knowledge, and then you know what I mean? You put their feet to the fire, so to speak, so that they have no choice but to either do their job or lose their job. You know, and like that's the only way I found effective in my stupid court shit that I had to deal with the public pretenders. You know, whenever they wanted to fucking pretend to not do anything, I actually sent them one an email because they offered me a deal, right? I had these charges against me, and he said, well, they're going to offer you the Veterans Court, right? Where it'll get expunged from my record if I just agree to this Veterans Court thing. And I'm like, well, no, because then the information doesn't get to come out if I take a plea bargain. And I said, so he said, email me your DD-214, your separation papers from the military, because he wouldn't give me his email before, right? So I said, okay, give me your email. He gives me his email, and I'm still trying to get the answer to the question. I said, I want the dash cams and the body cams, right? Because the cop tried to kill me. And he says, oh, I don't know if he wears a body cam. So I knew he wasn't going to do anything. So I took his email address, his public email address. Now I know that this is public information now. So whenever you know that, he can't erase it or he gets fired. He can't erase his emails, he gets fired. And I emailed him, instead of the email of my military papers, I emailed him a video of Dillhole with a body cam saying, oh, I turn this on when I want her on, you know. I sent that video. I sent that video to him, and I said,
that's
in
illegal.
my experience, what's that? The cop saying that? Well,
that's illegal for them to turn off their body cam. That's what I said.
It depends on the department or the state. Some states it's mandatory for them to have it on all the time. I don't think it is in Pennsylvania yet. It's by department to department. But and anyway, in this case, I sent him a video of Dillhole doing that, and I said, in my experience, anytime somebody tries to rush me into a decision that there's no need to rush, it's not in my best interest. So here's an answer to your body cam question. And that was my answer to his military paper question. I didn't send him my military papers. I sent him that because I knew that email was my public proof that I put him on notice basically there. You now know that he wears a body cam, and there's a public record of it. Now you have to do your job. Guess what? Then I never saw that public defender again. Then they passed me on to the next one. But then that one, I did see him one more time after my case was done, and they dismissed the shit. He came up to me because I had grounds for a lawsuit then. He came up to me at the courthouse, all snippy, real pissed off, and said, well, if you want to do a lawsuit, you need to go at least to Pittsburgh or further to look for a lawyer. Like all snippy. Like, you better go look for lawyers far away. Like You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
a little fucking sly, like pissed off because I fucking pulled one over on him, you know?
I'm gonna address your buddy for a minute right
It's their
here.
game,
Hold
you
on a second. I'm gonna address your buddy right here.
brother. It's
Your
my
Oh,
buddy.
brother.
Jesus is joining us.
He
Hi, Jesus.
your buddy
That's
must
my
be
brother,
support.
Rose.
He's support Bakla, right? He's support Bakla, and I think he also likes to Tongwei Ma because that's what he, you know, he's a gangster.
I don't.
I know you don't. I know you don't understand what I just said, but
No entiendo.
there's a couple countries in the world that will understand what I just said. That he's support Bakla,
No
and
entiendo.
and he can, you know, Tongwei Ma.
My
You
need to
can
brush up on my
continue.
Spanglish.
That's not Spanish.
Spanglish.
It's not Spanish.
Spanglish. Never mind.
Neither one of those two languages are Spanish.
Spanglish, Scott. That's not it. Not Spanish. It was a joke, but
But
anyway.
just remember, John. He's support
But
Bakla.
it might. I'll remember that. He's the Pope Buckla.
You got it. He's support Bakla.
Well, I'm going to leave you guys. You have a good night, okay?
Spread cheeks. Yep. Hey, Rose.
Well, you come back
It was nice
anytime,
talking
Rose.
to you.
But
Yeah, I'll come back again on the live.
just look at those links
Hey.
I provide in my community page, and if you feel the need to share any of that information anywhere, you do that because
Okay.
they're all
remember-
factual. Everything I showed there is factual. It tells you where you can get brain computer interfaces if you want one, and it's not a secret.
If
Okay.
you see the Jesus Christ character anywhere, Rose,
Yeah, I saw the Jesus Christ character. I'm a
if you
Christian,
see- no,
If
this
you-
is my
identify
brother.
as
He's
but I know this
He's a
Jesus is not the right
gangstalker.
one.
Yeah, if you
He's a gangstalker.
see
It's my
support
brother.
Bakla anywhere, you just say
You
support
just call him
Bakla.
Spread Cheeks. Call him Spread Cheeks.
Just say
Seriously,
support
he'll know
Bakla,
what
and
you're
he'll know who
talking
you're
about.
talking about.
He'll shut right up when you call him Spread Cheeks.
Well, when I used to do
Amazing.
lives with other TIs, they would have people come on and pretend to be celebrities. Like we would have Brad Pitt.
Oh yeah. I've had someone come in here pretending to be Meatloaf. I've had people
that's
come
a
in
good
pretending to be Director Mueller when, you know, the FBI.
I remember when you had Trump come
Keanu
on.
Reeves. Even Keanu Reeves. Had somebody
Yeah,
say they
Keanu
were Keanu Reeves.
That's funny.
Yeah,
I seen Johnny Depp earlier tonight.
right.
Johnny
Yeah,
Depp was in
Keanu
Conspiracy
Reeves.
Johnny Depp.
Underground Live.
You met Johnny Depp tonight?
He was
Amazing.
in Conspiracy Underground Live. Funny thing is, he had a picture of Angel's face.
Well, you guys have a
Just
good night.
remember, Jesus, you're support Bakla. You tell your friends.
Spread him at him. Just call him Special Ed. So
If you really want to know what that means, it's Filipino. You go look it up.
I will. I'm just going to use my imagination. But I'll take your word for it.
And you can Tongwei Ma all you want.
Say it again. Say it again.
Which one?
How do you say it? Simple Bakla?
Yeah. SUPOTBAKLA.
Okay. Simple Bakla.
You're not gonna like what it says.
I'm not gonna like it.
Well, he won't like it.
All right, right on.
You won't care
Like
because you won't care because you're not that.
Right.
You're gonna laugh. You're gonna laugh though.
Yeah. I don't like it then.
You're gonna laugh at Tongwei Ma too. That's Chinese.
Tell my mom.
That's
Tongwei Ma.
Chinese.
You love you long time.
Almost.
Bye, Bucky.
Close enough.
$5.
Oh, sorry.
Well, Scott,
I got you.
it's been real.
Yeah, I think the live has went on long enough. So
Yeah, I think
thank
on for a good
you
hour
thank
before
you
I
Rose
got
for
on.
coming
It was
out,
great.
and thank you John for coming in, and thank you to
Peace out.
our new streamers. Zach and Tarkov. So have a good night, and in the all immortal words of Red Green, keep your stick on the ice. Good night.